Hey, what's going on, guys? This is No Filter, and this is my review for 20XX for the Nintendo Switch. 20XX is a 2D side-scrolling action platformer, very much in the vein of, yes, Mega Man. Very shameless in that fact, but I feel like this game actually does quite a bit different that actually puts Mega Man to shame in some aspects. It's coming to us from Battery Staple Games, and it's on Nintendo Switch eShop right now. So as you guys can see from the gameplay here, it is very much a Mega Man game, but where this is unique in the action platformer genre is actually a roguelike action platformer. And initially when I thought that, oh, they're making a Mega Man game as a roguelike, that just really annoyed me in so many ways, because Mega Man games are already really tough, I found. So when you're going through, and imagine if you had to start over at the very beginning, going through all these bosses, and starting from the very beginning every time with the roguelike elements, I thought it was going to be bad. But I was 100% wrong, and I am in love with this formula for this type of game. How it works here is basically, again, every time you die in your runs, you start from the very beginning. Your health is very plentiful, but it does wear down after a little while. And the game, it does ramp up in difficulty the longer you play, so you usually last quite a little bit of time, and then you finally die when you go through a few bosses. But each boss you fight is randomly selected. You can kind of choose once you beat a level what boss you're going to kind of go into next, but it's always randomly generated, meaning every play you start with is going to be in a different location with a different randomly generated level, so it's always something new and different. Whereas how I play Mega Man games is I'd end up playing the same level over and over again until I beat that level, then move on to the next one, then move on to the next one, and just kind of work at it like that. Whereas this one, every time you're playing the game, it feels like it's a little bit different from the other time you've played, and you kind of create your own path going through the game where you're fighting different bosses, different enemies, and different sequences as you play each run that you have. There's online leaderboards, there's local play, online play for 1 to 2 players, there's tons of power-ups you collect, but where they make the best choice in this game is the roguelike element, where they actually allow you to increase your stats over all the playthrough. So it's never like you're just starting the game and you're never going to carry anything over. The more you play the game, the better you get and the more upgrades you get. So the more you play, the better you're going to do every run. And I love that aspect of it. And because of it being randomly generated, it's not like you're playing the same levels over and over again. And that's where I think they were genius in the design for this game. It's not perfect, though. I do find a little... Actually, I should get into a little more of the gameplay. So it is, again, very typical Mega Man, but the running and the jumping is there. I think the running's a little bit slow, but again, throughout the game, you get speed increases for your character, which is awesome, and it has this really cool mechanic of this dash to jump, where you can really jump far, but you have to get that down pat, where it's pretty much just hit the R button, and then in mid-dash, hit the A button to do a jump, and it feels really good, makes you move through the levels really well. But I do find a little bit of the jumping and the shooting is a little maybe slow for the general idea. It's not as tight as I would want it to be, but it's not bad in any stretch of the imagination. And the other thing I'd like to say is it is a pretty looking game, but something about it just makes it look a little bit like a Flash game to me. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just like the outlines around the actual environments and stuff like that. It's not the prettiest game out there. In fact, I think a lot of Mega Man games, like 8-bit style, actually look a little bit better than this, or 16-bit, like it would be more of a Mega Man X type of a game. Other than those few things, the sound, it sounds decent. It sounds like a good kind of futuristic action platformer like Mega Man. Obviously not nearly as good of music as a Mega Man game, but this game is its own thing, and I shouldn't really be comparing it that much to it. But in my opinion, I think I enjoyed this more than the majority of Mega Man games I've played recently. I haven't played Mega Man X games yet, but as far as the last 3 Mega Mans in the Mega Man Legacy Collection, this is definitely better than those, and it's it's just very well made, and I really love the roguelike element to this. So I highly suggest this game if you are a Mega Man fan. For one, if you're a Mega Man fan, you need to buy this game, 100%. If you are a roguelike fan, I feel like even if you're not the biggest Mega Man fan out there, but you like roguelike and you like roguelike elements that are done well, I feel like you can't go wrong with this game. But yeah, there it is, guys. There's my review for 20XX for Nintendo Switch. Let me know what you guys think of the review in the comments, and I will see you all next time.